I know how we all expected Lori to show up to court today.
Rescue? Who's this?
Take her easy, lads. This is Rosie's mother at the same shelter.
How is she?
She's unconscious. Well done, Jack.
We didn't get that, but not for lack of trying on Lori's part. Journalists shared emails that MCSO stated Lori will not be in court today unless the judge orders her to be there, and the judge, in fact, did order her into the court today. But before we talk about today, we have some relevant housekeeping from Monday that just became public. We got to see the order from June 2nd, which forced her appearance that day, which included the phrase, transport the defendant to court using any means necessary to include force to secure attendance. So I guess that's why Lori complained about being dragged. The judge on Monday also ordered that Lori get some medical checkup and that Lori might need to produce some information if she wants a continuance past today. So here we are in court. Lori is there, in person, no wheelchair, in street clothes. So she is set up to see a jury. Speaking in her weak voice, she has to move the mic closer. This is on the live stream you can find. And the judge said he ordered a Lori medical assessment. The Lori health update is she was treated for one condition. What condition? We don't get to know. MCSO couldn't find a medical reason that Lori couldn't be in court. MCSO has very little additional information. Lori wants the minute entry and the response sealed. The judge started to answer and then stopped. I wonder if he was about to say, well, this got broadcast part of it live, but he didn't. The judge asked for anything explaining why Lori can't medically proceed today. And he said, right now, the only objective information I have is you were assessed and MCSO sees no clinical indications of why you need to miss court. They do a sidebar. Because it sounds like Lori thinks she has a reason. And this sidebar is a little lengthy. I had some people that don't watch this. Normally they watch other court cases. They're watching Karen Reed. And they tuned in. They're like, how long is this sidebar? Sidebar ends and jury selection is actually happening. Maybe not opening statements, but the court hasn't been provided objective medical information for why Lori can't proceed. And Lori expressed, according to the judge, she had a headache and couldn't proceed. So her whole, I'm going to hide what's wrong, didn't seem to work. But the judge did point out that while she said she couldn't proceed due to a headache, she could advocate on her own behalf and articulate the reason she doesn't think she can proceed. So it appears she's of sound mind to proceed. Basically, Lori is representing herself, and because she's representing herself and could sit down and explain to a judge and give him a list of reasons for why she shouldn't be in court today, that shows she's able to think and process and be in court today. You played yourself again. The judge says there'll be a recess, and that's where it cuts off in the live streams, but there's more, according to Nate Eaton, who is there in person. The judge comes back and talks to Lori's team, something about ibuprofen. Her team says they can't force her to take it, and the judge says he's just offering it. Lori talks to her defense counsel loudly, and Nate says it sounds like she is crying/sobbing. And the part that made me really want to cover this is everyone rised as the jury entered, except for Lori. Now, the jury selection isn't streamed, and I don't really plan to cover it unless something crazy happens during it. But there is something very important that has come out. The planned trial schedule. That's important for me, and that's important for you if you're wanting to follow along. So, the trial schedule is today, Thursday, Friday this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week. So all week next week. And the judge says the trial could even finish next week. I have my doubts. I'm going to be very blunt. I have my doubts it'll finish next week. But if not, Monday and Tuesday the week after. Now, with that out of the way, I need to talk about what's going on this channel. What's the plan? The plan is going to be, I'm going to watch the live streams. I am going to be doing my videos, and I will release a recap video of the whole day at the end. That is my plan. The only day that is up in the air is the 13th. And it's up in the air for a multitude of reasons. Number one, I have a game launch that hasn't had a new update really in over a year, and I play with friends, so I don't really want to miss it, and it would happen literally as this trial starts, so that's kind of an issue. Now, there's a lot of different ways how that could go. If we are at, like, the closing arguments, I'm personally going to be hard-pressed to not do it because I'm going to want to watch, right? So I might do the videos that day. If we're waiting for the verdict, of course, I just wait for the verdict to come in and I do videos. The game might have issues. If it has issues, of course, that means I'm free to cover the case if I can't play. But I'm just saying, just so you're aware, the 13th, I am still not sure if I will be taking a day off or if I will be covering Lori Vallow. It's going to depend on the stuff she pulls. It's going to depend on the stuff that happens with the game launch and all that. Let's just put it this way. There is a real chance that tomorrow Lori again refuses to come. The judge has to order her by force, and she tries again to delay this trial. We're at the point of a pattern, and we don't know how much issue she's going to cause. She might cause enough problems today that we get a mistrial, right? She is already not standing for the jury. If she asked inappropriate questions or whatever, technically she could force one, right? Depends on how vindictive she wants to be the rest of the day. That's why I said if something interesting happens with jury selection, I'll cover it. Otherwise, this might be my last video today, unless there's like a talk of motions or whatever. But it'd be really interesting if there's any motions filed the last few days, because isn't Lori so sick she can't sit up? How would she file motions? But with the delay, I personally don't think it's going to be at my current thought process, I don't think the 13th is going to be a pivotal day. I think the 13th is going to be a regular day of court, and I think it's going to not be one of the main pivotal days. So me doing a video on Saturday versus Friday, I don't think will be that big a deal. I'm sure I'll get less views for it. That's fine. But we'll see. I was hoping if she hadn't delayed it, I thought the trial would be over by the 13th. I was fully on board with that line of thought, but she's kind of derailed that with this nonsense. And I would just love to know, what do you think, right? Like, I'm going to put this out before jury selection ends. I want you to tell me, do you think that Lori is going to cause more issues today? And is she going to cause issues tomorrow? I think she's not done. I think she's going to ham up being sick, and she's going to not only make herself act more sick, she's going to claim the judge is making her sick, making it worse by making her appear. I expect that to be the plan.